go. Hey, I am live. I talked to Elle Rosetti into coming on to do a test stream for me, and we picked the topic real quick. And so I may be trying with some technical stuff. Please leave comments if you're watching this on my Facebook, because I really want to address comments on this. So without further ado, the beautiful and talented Elle Sophia Rosetti.
Hello.
So we were just deciding a second as we went live what the topic is. The topic is patriot groups or racists. Now, does that mean I can talk about uh, Canada First and the rally that happened yesterday?
You can. It's your stream, Keck. You can talk about anything you want.
But am I staying on topic by doing so?
I don't know. I thought we were talking about whether this group was going to be labeled as one or the other.
Okay, and you
If
mean
you want to, if you want to start out talking about yesterday, that's
no? I want to start. I want to have the same topic or same
okay.
conversation.
Well, that's what I
You
thought.
have a concern with a group called Second Sons, or you've
No, no,
noticed
I
that.
have a concern as to how they're being taken and how they're being labeled by douchebags like, well, our media, and then blind idiot tarts like Rachel Gilmore and people like that, and Fleb and all these idiots who are influencers, paid influencers, who are mislabeling these people as what they're not. And so I'm just saying, I'm one who has been following them. I have not seen anything racist in their messaging. If I did, I would not support that because Canadians are of all colors, right? There's a lot of colored Canadians who were born here. They are from here. So,
Yes.
like that, Canada includes people way back, way back, way back. Like the Chinese and the Italians and the Portuguese and the Japanese came in first, actually, I think. And then they helped build the railways. They helped do all the hard labor.
I don't.
Italians built most of your cities.
I
Hey,
I don't think that the
yeah.
Chinese immigrants helped build the railroads. I think
Yes,
the
they
Chinese
did. Yes,
immigrants.
they did. Not Chinese. I said Japanese.
No, Chinese. It was Chinese immigrants, and they did more. It would be fair to say that they built the railroad. Like
Well,
obviously there
actually, they
were.
did. They did the grunt work. Yeah,
If there were no Chinese immigrants, there would be no railway. If there was no
maybe,
railway, there would be no Canada.
or maybe the railway was still just being worked on now.
Well, yeah, and we would be have taken over. The United States would have
Oh,
taken us
other
over by
people
now.
would have taken the jobs. It's just that they
Whether they would have or woulda, coulda, shoulda,
they
it
were
was the
being given
Chinese.
shit
It was
jobs.
the Chinese immigrant workers that earned the right to
Yeah, but
say that they built this country,
yeah, but
literally.
they've earned the right to say they helped build this country. Yes, we all had a part in it. Keck. Our ancestors all had a part in it. It doesn't. It's not just one people who built it. Otherwise, the natives could just say they built Canada. Fuck you.
Can I make a statement? Tell me. So this
You
is the
can
one.
if you want. I'm just
All
saying.
right. I would argue that Canadian culture is built around Aboriginal culture.
It is. But there's so much rifts between the native community and the rest of Canada. Like I felt it strongly when I went back to BC in 2014.
Hmm.
It was just so like they were nice to me, but I could feel the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife between the whites and because there's not many people of color on in Port Alberni, BC.
Okay.
There wasn't when I was there in 2014. Maybe a
When
couple
you
of
say
black or whatever.
when you air quotes, are you talking Aboriginal peoples?
Yes, Aboriginal natives.
Okay, but we can agree though that Aboriginal that Canada is built on Aboriginal culture.
Yeah, of course.
And we can also agree that the Chinese immigrants were essential. I'm going to put it this way: Canada would not be a country if it not. We would not have a country if it were not for the Chinese immigrants. That's part
We
of
would
our
have
heritage.
a country if not for all of us and all of our
And
forefathers and all of our bloodlines that helped to create, to structure, and to build this great nation. It wasn't just one people. You're giving one people way too much credit. What about the Italians? You wouldn't have a house to fucking live in if it wasn't for us.
Absolutely, absolutely. So
So there you go.
that
Maybe
goes
the
that goes back
Italians
to your
built Canada, and you're just underrating us because
no.
you're pro Japanese or something. Maybe you eat with
Oh,
chopsticks. No,
I love Asian girls, but no,
well,
that's
that's your choice. Like,
oh no, my Facebook account is a bunch of Asian women trying to get me to their OnlyFans. Like the algorithms figured me out. And hot midgets, lots of hot
yeah,
midgets on my Facebook
gotta have the
feed.
hot midgets. Yeah.
Um, I just threw myself off. The Second Sons is also the other group that gets a lot of attention, and I believe should get more attention than Second Sons. Is Dominion Society of Canada. Are you
Dominion
familiar?
Society of Canada is Second Sons.
Is it?
Yeah, they show all their content on the Dominion of Canada is a website on X that they might be on other channels too, but
Is
on
that Greg Wycliffe?
yes. Well, Greg Wycliffe's one of them, but no, Tyree is the other one. Daniel Tyree.
I'm not familiar with him.
Okay, well
Wycliffe, I follow.
Wycliffe I follow on X, and Daniel Tyree is the other one who does the Dominion of Canada webpage.
Okay, and he just recently addressed a Rachel Gilmore video.
Yes, and I got the videos downloaded.
I wish I could show it right now, but one
Well,
thing at a time.
yeah, you don't have to. I can put it in when I edit.
Oh
So
yeah, maybe we can edit it in.
I'll
All
edit
right.
it all in. Oh yeah.
All right. So now let's discuss the video now that we've edited it in.
Okay. Well,
Um,
it's just her trying to make them look far right extremist, white national. They add a color to everything. You can't just be a nationalist. You have to be a white nationalist just to make it evil. So it's wrong, right? But if it was black nationalist or Mexican nationalist or Asian nationalist, that'd be fine because they're smaller groups. Well, that's bullshit because the largest group in Canada right now is fucking Muslims. They're over 25% of Canada.
they have the most power. I don't know about the largest.
25% of Canada is Muslim. That
Uh,
doesn't count just people from the Middle East. Like there's a lot of Indians here from India, and they've been
a
here
lot of
for a
Hindus.
long fucking time. We
We have
we
a rich
we have a bunch in this town. They're everyone loves them. They run variety stores and all this shit here, and discount stores and
and
all that.
fight for my rights.
And well,
The
yeah,
Hindu community. Remember the Yellow Vest movement,
yeah,
and everybody was screaming at it was the Hindu community
right. Remember,
that came in and saved us.
yeah,
They said, you know what, let's have the conversation. It was the Gandhi Peace Festival, and we were there. We both booked City Hall at the same time. And the
uh,
Hindu community said, well, rather than fight with the yellow vests, or like for,
or
who's
compete.
got
Yeah,
compete is a better word. Thank you. They said, why don't we just invite the yellow vests? And all the yellow vests were invited.
I
They
remember
were,
that actually. I remember seeing footage of it.
and the food
Yeah,
was amazing.
yeah.
I'll say, anyways, I don't want to get sidetracked on the
No,
Hindu
but
community.
that was a good thing. That was
But yeah, the Hindu community in Hamilton, I can't help but recognize um, the value that the Hindu community brings to Hamilton because they are fighting for my freedom of speech,
they're fighting
and
for
we need
every
more Canadians like that.
yours. Yeah,
But not that I'm making the argument that the Hindu community has anything to do with the formation of Canada.
they do as
I'm
well.
sure you agree.
All of us do. We all do. All of our forefathers, all of our families, bloodlines that were here and helped to construct, to blueprint, to organize, and to construct and pay for the building of this great nation. And
Mm.
everyone did that with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. You got to
Now,
remember the income tax has been in since the end of the First World War and never stopped. It was only supposed to be a temporary thing. That alone has sucked so many trillions of dollars out of our pockets to build the infrastructure of this country. But it came out of all of our checks, not just white people's checks and not just black people's checks, everyone's checks. The Asians, the Middle Eastern people, everybody who worked here paid into it.
my Lord.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we get it. We all
Canada is
Canadians
all
are
of
a
that.
welcoming, loving people, right? Of all stripes. But the Dominions, I don't think it would be incumbent upon the Dominion Society of Canada to have to acknowledge every group. Their point is
They
that
that's not their mission. Their mission is to let people know that we have over 4 or 5 million people here already on expired visas, and another about 2 or 3 million expiring in a couple of months? Did you know that almost 25% of our population will be here on expired visas in a couple of months?
Oh,
That
we
should
definitely are
concern
having.
you.
We're definitely in danger.
Concerns me.
Immigration corruption will destroy this country.
Well, of course it
Absolutely.
will, because our government's going to turn around, give them all fucking citizenship.
Well, okay, and
He's here to destroy us, Keck. He's not here to fix anything.
that's what the Patriot, or correction, that's what the Patriot groups are.
Well, the Dominion Canada is if you look at some of their videos, they had one video about all the Indian turban guy Sikh truck accidents they've been having. They're phenomenally fucking horrifying, killing so many fucking people, and they're standing on the side of the road like it's an inconvenience.
I think that they would do well to address the corruption
That's what
within.
they're doing. They're corruption. These people
It
shouldn't
comes
have a
off. That's
fucking
not how it comes
license,
off.
let alone
That's not how it
trucking
comes off
license.
to me. It comes off to me like they're, hey, look at these immigrants, right? Like I understand that you have to be able to people have to actually see what's happening, but they also have to recognize the they are walking a line. We've been through this with the yellow vest, where they're going to call you racist no matter what you do, right?
Well, we weren't even as strong as far as our message was. We are of all colors, and we were. We had blacks, we had Asians, we had gays, we had trans, we had everybody in the yellow vests, and we got along great. So
Yes.
this group is more white oriented people, but they see themselves as patriots that are actually standing up and speaking out for Canadians. They've never said only white people. They said Canadians, and they know in their
Well,
hearts they're fighting for all Canadians of all colors, because there are Canadians of all colors
no,
and
we
and where they're from, nationalities, right? So I mean, but they never said it's just about white Canadians ever. Now, if I'd ever seen that type of message, I would not support them. I would back out if I ever see that they are starting to lean towards, white power or anything of that. I will not support that, because this country was founded on a lot of different nationalities of people from everywhere. Okay, and they called us a multicultural mecca back in the '60s at Expo. And if you look at us now, we're an invaded country. Our population is actually down probably below 30 million, because we've lost a lot of people. I'm not going to say through how, but and they replaced everybody with a lot of immigrants who have bad intentions. They don't even care to voir dire them before they come in our country. Just whatever, come on in. We'll give you a trucking license, or we'll give you whatever you want. We'll give you all this fucking money. So they're creating accidents that are off the charts. And I agree, these people should not be driving a car or a truck, and let alone an 18-wheeler that you need to be very experienced to drive. And I know a lot of people who are from other nations who do drive truck, and they drive responsibly, but they learned properly. They didn't want a DEI driver's license. They wanted to learn the proper way. And that's important when you're dealing with a vehicle that cannot stop in like a car or a truck, or like a little pickup truck. These things need time to be able to stop. So having these accidents is not good. And they're taking out lives of people stupidly, and then standing on the side of the road acting like it's an inconvenience to their day. Can I go home now? Well, no, you're under arrest, dude. What part of your life just ended didn't you understand? They don't get it, because they're used to getting away with everything. Look at all the bloody drug labs we have in this country. A lot of them are being run by Calistinis. Okay, Sikhs.
Mm.
And they're getting a pass if they get busted. One guy busted at the border for 43 kilos of fentanyl or some shit like that. You never hear about it again because he walked out the back door. What about that fucking guy who shot up the Danforth? His brother had, I don't know how many, 28 kilograms of car fentanyl, which is 100 times more powerful than fentanyl. Okay? Bam, disappeared. Never heard from it again. And the guy who shot at the Danforth, he was involved in it too. And so were some of their other friends. And all just vanished. Faith Goldie did a whole video series on it. And so as did I. A number of times I talked about that Danforth shooting and the connection to the car fentanyl shipments and all this shit. Those people are bringing bad shit here to kill us.
Whatever happened to Faith Goldie? To me, it sounds like this is the group for her, the Dominion.
Well, no, she had a baby. And I'm pretty sure she's being a good mother and raising her
child. Stayed out of it.
Well, probably got out of it.
No, good for her. Good for her. It just seems to me like
she's well known enough. She will get.
It sounds to me like the Dominion Society of Canada would be something that you would expect her to.
Well, the same. You're saying that because she was labeled a white power. Whatever.
No. Her actual speeches. She very much is proud of her European heritage, and she understands the history very well.
I know.
No, I'm glad we're back to talking about the Dominion Society of Canada. So we acknowledge that Rachel Gilmore did the video.
Well, against Daniel Tyree. It's Daniel Tyree she's targeting. It's not the Dominion.
Well, it was Greg Wycliffe that did the response video.
Oh, actually, no, it was Greg Wycliffe she also targeted. So she did both. Yeah.
And one of the things that, and again, hopefully we can be showing the video when this goes on my YouTube channel and your channel. Sorry for the pause there. It's just what he said.
Greg Wycliffe?
What he said was, Canada is built on European heritage. At the beginning, the reason we had the discussion, not so much on the Hindus, but the Canada culture really is built on the backs of Aboriginal culture. There was, and that's what Canada should be. Would you agree?
No, that nobody should get all the credit. We all did it together. But the First Nations, of course, they were fully involved.
The claim that I made was that our culture was built with the Aboriginal culture as a base.
Yeah,
I know that may sound a little strange because it really didn't work that way, but we really should, moving forward, see Canada as having the Aboriginals as the backbone of what shaped our culture. In my opinion.
I agree with that. I mean, they should get full credits.
Then would you also agree that Greg Wycliffe, and I'm a big fan of his videos.
Yeah, well, I like Greg.
But he was just so wrong in his response to Rachel Gilmore, because he did not recognize Aboriginal culture. He did not recognize Chinese immigrants. When his opportunity was right there to either acknowledge that it should say that, but he didn't. He went straight into European. It's only white people did this, and that's where.
That's him, right?
Yeah,
and he's not the one who runs the Dominion of Canada. Anyways, Daniel Tyree.
He's also a COVID denier. Not that it's.
Well, so am I.
He just keeps saying during COVID, as if somehow COVID was an event and not a.
It was an event. It was the best marketed product in our history.
Mm-hmm. And part of that brainwashing is to get people to say during COVID
was going to kill them, and that they didn't have the secret test with this long Q-tip either up their nose or up their ass. They were going to die and not even know it, and they're going to kill their grandmother and everyone else in their family.
I apologize for
that was a mass marketed pile of bullshit.
Yes, it was, and that was wrong of me to bring it up because we're talking about Dominion Society of Canada. And I need some help with the ScreenYard. I figured out how to put myself on full screen, but I can't seem to see any comments.
Oh, did you not? Oh,
are you able to? Are there any comments?
No, it might not be live.
No, it says there's one person watching. I'm watching it go back from one.
Yeah, I know it'll show you how many are watching, but it might not be.
But at the moment, there's no comments.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Are you
It's not
are
gonna
you
show up.
able to comment from your?
No,
Oh
no,
wait, I can. According to me, I can leave a comment.
it
Hold on.
doesn't show up.
No, it's not letting me comment.
No, for some reason, it's not public on Facebook.
Whoever that one person is that's watching, would you mind just typing the word freedom or anything, the letter K? I may come back and ask that again
Okay,
because
just a second. I'll go do it. Okay, where are you? Here, you're here. You're here. Okay, click out. And okay, I just did too.
it won't let you comment.
Yeah, we're commenting, but I think it's, you know what? It's set for just your friends. You need to go make it
I
public.
don't have any friends. What?
Exactly. That's why nobody's watching.
Um, so no, it should be only people on my Facebook page. Whoever the second person is, if you can comment, please comment. We're trying to.
I can't change the settings. It's only your friends, and that's why it's not going public on StreamYard. It
Are
has
you
to be
saying that I'm
public
not live
on.
on Facebook right now?
Hear me out. You have to be public on Facebook for those comments to show up. You have it set to. They have it set to just friends. So whoever your friends are that are watching can see you, but they can't comment because your stream is not public.
There's 3 comments. Trevor Emery, sup?
I don't see any comments. Where are they?
I'm gonna type the word test.
Why don't you just change the stream to public on your Facebook?
How do I do? Okay, is that something I can do right now?
I don't know. Can you get to your Facebook? Open a new page?
No, let's not play with things. Maybe on a well, I could end up ending the stream by accident. What do I got to do? Go to Facebook?
You have to go to Facebook and change your settings on this video to public. It just set at Keck Best Friends. So that only they can see it and nobody can comment. There's a lot of comments, but
Well, it's all the same person. He was helping me
Trevor,
out.
yeah, but you need help.
Man. Okay, for next time, I guess we won't be reading a lot of comments. Unless, or do you really think?
Read many comments because there's not going to be any comments.
Okay, so next time I do this, make sure I get that right in the settings.
You have to. There's something you can do in your Facebook, and StreamYard tells you how to do it.
Oh,
to change the settings for your external streams. Like if you're on YouTube or whatever and you want to put it on Facebook, you need to have permission to do that, and your permissions aren't set for that.
Okay, and that sounds like a
StreamYard
long
will tell you how to do it.
Okay. Maybe after the stream you can quickly send me what resources. Like I said, I got tech support, but I guess I'm not going to be able to read comments.
Well, my settings are already set to it, so they won't even. You just have to go to Google, type in, how do I set my
again, let's I don't want to you're gonna have to edit this out anyways, I assume.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. Anyway, so let's carry.
Okay, but since we're gonna delete it anyway, I could sing or something.
Oh, we're not gonna do. No, we're not.
Okay, let's go back on topic, and the topic is Rachel Gilmore made a video, and I'm just bringing us back to where we were, and Greg Wycliffe made a very short-sighted response video. I mean, how the hell do you fail on like Rachel Gilmore?
Well, I think she's.
You saw her video on the trans shooter, right?
I've seen both of their videos.
On the trans shooter, and I might even clip this. On the trans shooter, when she talked about the trans shooter, she starts the whole thing with, "We don't want to make this political." Now, here's what all the politicians had to say. Like, how stupid do you have to be?
Well, she's pretty
stupid. That's literally her video is, "Let's not make this political." What did the politicians say? That's the entire video.
Can I be in the stream too?
What stream?
We're still live.
Oh, am I talking over you? Is that what you're saying?
No, I can't be seen on the screen. Only you.
Oh, I forgot. You're right.
I forgot.
Again, I'd like to point out to the audience that I'm learning. The whole point of this is to have a good conversation and learn.
yeah, she made a couple of videos about one about Daniel and one about Greg.
Oh, let's go all the way here. Whoops,
So,
wrong one.
so you know,
Sorry.
um,
There, now you got go.
and I got, I guess, like I said, I got the videos, right? The point is, she screwed up, and even Greg wasn't. I don't. I think he could have handled this retort video a little better, but like, I mean, these guys feel threatened by some little dork who Derek and Jeremy walked all over like for years about the Diagolon crap. She was attacking them about Diagolon too, right?
Yeah, I would like
There's
to see one
these
of their
wars
comments.
going on. I've been watching. I was sitting back watching. It's funny as hell. So she now against this Dominion of Canada and Second Sons, and like I said, yeah, Greg mentioned people, but he didn't not mention other people. He just didn't mention them, which in
Yeah,
itself
well, I'm
speaks
saying, yeah,
volumes about how he feels. But
you don't say Canada is and completely right up and not mention Aboriginals.
Canada is everybody.
Well, again, I'm not.
When
No,
you're
I'm not.
saying Canadians, it's
I'm
not
not
just
willing to
white
say. I'm not
Canadians
like
or European
Islam is
Canadians.
not compatible with Muslim values. For instance, like I'm not saying just because you're here, you're what Greg is legit in his
Yeah, but
claim that
I don't agree. Most Muslim values are Canadian values either.
no, I that's a whole other don't get go. But what I'm saying is, as much as we both agree, we love the Hindus. That
I have
doesn't
no
really
problem.
make
I have
that
a
really doesn't mean that there's a Hindu, that there's a heritage there
but
with
I mean, I'm just like I say,
our
it's
beautiful
there's
Muslim
good and
brothers
bad
and
in
sisters.
everyone, Cac. There's good and bad
Yeah.
white people too. I'd like to see them just take the entire left, kick them the
Again,
fuck
it's
out.
not about good or bad. We both agree we love the Hindus, but can we also both agree that the Hindus are not part of Canadian heritage? There's no heritage there. They're newcomers. They're a wonderful addition to this great nation, but they don't have any cultural heritage here.
Do they or don't they?
They
Because they
don't.
well, there's other
I love them still, but they don't have cultural heritage here, or the Sikhs, and certainly not the
the
Muslims.
Sikhs don't know. Muslims no.
Right? We're not. We're a group a people of European and Aboriginal heritage that managed to work together to create a great peace from one ocean to the other ocean.
And we had a lot of black people here because we rescued them from the
And
slave.
you know what? I would argue that uh, African American, or correction, African Canadian heritage is a part of our heritage.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know if it's important to recognize. Like what I'm saying
I
is,
do because
I
they're
don't.
just as much a part of Canada as everyone else.
There is,
Especially if you
we
look at
absolutely have.
what they brought to the table when it came to Expo and all the different caravans they had down in Toronto area, like for instance, and other ones. I mean, they were a large part of it. So I mean, everything, their customs, their foods, they had themselves. Like I said, we were rescuing them as freeing them from slavery, right?
Or I don't know if yeah, you could say
We
that. I
were.
would argue we just simply offered a free country to move
Well,
to
we
where everybody's free.
there was people that went through a real hassle to get them over the border,
Yes,
right?
that's
They
American
had to be
history.
hidden. They couldn't just ride on the fucking back of a cart. So there was a lot. They were smuggled inside the school benches.
I literally lived 5 minutes away from a church that was the final destination for the Underground Railroad.
There you go. So I mean,
Hamilton also has,
we were
well,
part of.
Hamilton has hits a lot. Black history is rich in Hamilton. We also, that guy Lincoln Alexander, he's a Hamiltonian. So yeah, we have Black history in Hamilton.
Yeah, well, everyone does. Everyone,
I met
does,
Lincoln
Montreal,
Alexander.
Vancouver, everywhere does. Right? They're very big a part of our country. But the First Nations, definitely, we built around them.
First Nations. I keep saying Aboriginals. I should be
Well,
saying First.
Aboriginals, First Nations, you can call them whatever you want. Like,
Yeah, no, we're good on that. But we're also good that Greg should have said something about First Nations. You have
well,
to recognize First Nations. How
but
are you going to get First Nations
maybe
on
he
board if you're
doesn't.
not recognizing them?
Well, like I said, how they feel in their own life is different, and that was on his channel. That was not Second Sons or Dominion of Canada channel. They
But
don't.
it
I've
is the
never
messaging they
seen
get.
them promote any anti-color agendas, or I would not promote. I would not stand by them. Right? They are talking about
Oh, I'm not.
Canadian.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't support Second Sons, but
Well,
it's
I
just if you're
wouldn't if
going
I
to
thought that
make
they were
sure that
racist.
they smarten up and start recognizing
Well,
that um well they're going too far the other way. They're trying to get the pendulum to swing too far the other way, where
yeah,
all of a sudden, which
that
we
might be
saw
their
coming.
undoing, because that might show who they
Not
really
might
are.
be, it
They are.
will be. And
So that we wait and see. That's but for now, their message that I'm getting is that they're fighting for Canadians, and that includes ones that are here legally, not illegally, legally. Like my family, both my parents came from Europe, and well, my dad came from Italy, but that's part of Europe anyway. So, and basically, so I'm a product of two immigrants, legal immigrants. They came here legally. They're not in the time when welfare, they didn't have welfare and shit. And, like they didn't come here to suck their thumb. They came here to work their asses off, and they did. Like a lot of millions and millions of other people's families came here. But have these people just illegally walking over the border because Trudeau got paid money under the table to do it. And it signs a compact that anyone can just walk over our borders and get paid and all this other crap. And now we're broke. We're beyond broke. We're in debt for the next 100 years.
you don't have to convince me that we're screwed or that immigration corruption is a
And
huge
now
part behind
Army's
it.
here to finish us off and take away our sovereignty, because if you'll notice all the Aboriginal lawsuits that are happening over land in BC right now, those are all about UNDRIP. UNDRIP is actually a scam to rip the natives off for all of their land after they claim it all. See, they're gonna claim it against us. They're gonna get hold of it. And the UN says, "Okay, thank you, but you're done now. Bye." And the UN's gonna own all of our land, but they're doing it through the Indians who've been duped.
If we don't stop it.
If it can't be stopped,
Well, I
like
think a lot of sorry.
there's people who talk about it. Who school people on it. Dave, what's his face? I'll get the name for you and I'll send it to you. It's a
Dave,
friend of
what's his face?
Dave. No, his name's Dave, but he's a scholar. He's a scholar when it comes to all the Indian Rights Acts and all the treaties and all the everything, Canadian law, everything, our Constitution, all of it. Okay, and so he's Dave. What's his name?
Oh, these are the Daves I know. I know.
Yeah, no. Anyway,
These are the Daves I know.
so
Some of us are David, but most of us are Dave.
weirdo. But anyway, that's what that's all about. So they're
Who's the
taking
weirdo?
from us. And if a couple of guys who are white or black or whoever want to stand up for this country, then I see that as a good thing. I don't see any other nationality doing that. I bet you will see the Indians, not the Calisthenians and the other turban heads, the Indians, the actual, I don't know what you
Are you
call
trying to
it.
get me banned on YouTube?
Indians from India, okay? Like Russell Peters kind of Indians.
Indians. I think we've established. You're saying
Yeah.
First Nations for First Nations and Indians for Indians.
Exactly.
Makes like communication smooth
Yeah,
so much.
it gets confusing when you got two different
smoother.
kinds of Indians. But, so the East, like Indians from
Indian. Yes.
because most people think you say Indians, it means anyone who's brown from that. No, they're all different.
Oh. Okay.
Right.
But for the context of
talking
what you're
about
saying,
the other countries. Although I've met Pakistanis in my life that were just fine. They just Canadianized. They were fully assimilated. They weren't, running around, with, pushing anything on anybody. They were just people. And like I said, like back in my days, it was all colorblind. We didn't care what color somebody was.
it wasn't an issue like it is
No,
now.
we just played in the sandbox.
We didn't need groups like that. We didn't need groups like the Dominion Society of Canada.
Yeah, but the whole point is, people are
if we do indeed need groups like
people are making these people out to be something that they have not yet shown themselves to be. Just because they want remigration for a bunch of illegals, I don't see a problem with that because
I
that's
don't
what
see a
we
problem with that either. I see a problem with their messaging.
well the
I think
message
I think Greg is absolutely brilliant. It's just he falls
but you're
short on
talking
the
about
message.
Greg. He's not the main one doing.
He's the one
Daniel
that made the
Kyrie
video
is
with
the main one.
the because I don't.
Daniel
To be honest with
Kyrie
you, to be
is
honest
the
with you,
main.
I don't even know that much about the Second Sons. This is your. That's why I wanted to discuss the
Okay, well,
Canada
I'm going to
First
be
movement
putting
as
all their
well.
videos in here, and you can see for yourself.
Oh,
I
I'm
have,
going to send you. I'm going to
I
send you some
yeah,
Canada First video
okay.
because
So I'm
I
just
want to talk about Canada First as well.
yeah, then we can talk about them as well.
Okay.
The main thing here is if whatever color people want to stand up for this country, I encourage it. But it just seems to be that it's white dudes. So
Does.
automatically everyone points the finger, calls them racist because they're not all colored dudes. Well, what if they were all colored dudes? Would they be racist then? Would they be supremacists then?
It would be harder to call them racist and
No, it
supremacist.
wouldn't. It's the same fucking thing. White people who are European based, who bloodlines were raised here, have the right to protect this country and not be labeled racists. In my eyes, I'm considered white, even though I'm not. I'm Caucasian, but I consider
Yeah, you're
myself
white.
white because I look white. No, I'm a Caucasian. I'm half Italian, dude, and I'm half Scottish,
All white to me.
or so I'm Scottish, Welsh, and a bit Irish, but still.
But yes,
Oh, white,
I want to see some. We need some soul in these patriot groups. There's no argument there. None.
right? But Italians are not white people. Like there are
Okay.
whitish Italians because their family, they intermingled with other communities, but pure Italians are brown. They're bronze skin or olive skin, they were called. And when I was younger, I had an olive skin complexion. That's what it said right on my identification. Complexion olive. Now it's white. I'm just an old white person now. But I would resent anybody if I was standing up with a bunch of my friends who just happened to also be Caucasian or white to call us racist because we're standing up for our country. That's exactly what happened to us with Yellow Vests. And we had Asians and blacks and gays and trans people in our groups, yet we called every freaking name in the book. Did anyone give a fuck? No, they jumped on and they called us those names too. So, I mean, until this group shows me that they have strictly white intentions, I'll stand by them. As long as they're saying Canadians, that's fine with me because Canadians are of all colors.
And that's a messaging that.
Well, that's
is
the
important.
message. That's
If
the point is when people are saying Canadians, I assume they mean all Canadians. When I say that word, I mean Canadians of all colors. Regardless of who started the country first, it was the natives. Sorry, people. They were here killing each other before we ever got here. But they were also building. They were also creating. They were also, doing their lives. So look, and then there's all these hassles about all this other stuff. That's another video. My main thing is then when these guys are saying that Canadians are in danger because of this or because of that from these illegal migrants. They're not immigrants, they're migrants. And they did the same thing with the Yellow Vests. We said migrants. They said we were against immigrants. No, we said we're against illegal migrants.
Actually, we were the opposition.
Because you were watching us back then.
The opposition was to the UN Compact on Migration.
That was our main problem. Yeah,
not migrants as people.
Any asshole to come
and one of the other problems that the Yellow Vests had with that though is there were people that did have that messaging. I got video. I had to delete video of Fraser. You remember Fraser McBurney?
No.
Right? You don't remember Fraser? He just passed away. He was one of the mainstays for the Yellow Vest group and the Canadian Freedom Rally.
I don't recall. If I see a picture, I would know. But
I have video of them harassing Justin. Well, Fraser is saying, you know what the problem is? Muslims don't have jobs. It's not going to fly. That's not going to float.
No,
what I'm saying is there were people in the Yellow Vest movement. Do not kid yourself.
I know who brought their own politics, and we kicked them the fuck out.
And we did cut.
We got
The
rid of
LMS
them.
did
We
an
didn't want
amazing
that
job.
message. We didn't want that. We
Do you
didn't
remember
want that.
Silly Lily?
We were already being wrongly labeled.
Do you
We
remember
were not
Silly Lily?
racist. We had so many colors of people in our groups. And that's why we didn't want these
Not
people.
in Hamilton.
No, well,
No, in the
everywhere.
LMS movement across Canada, we didn't have a lot of blacks. Now that's a whole other conversation. It's
No,
it kind of ties into what we're talking about, believe
there was a couple
actually.
of Nigerians. They were up from out west, and the Asian guy was out from Alberta.
Yeah, just not in Hamilton. That's all I'm saying.
No, they
My
weren't
only
Hamilton.
experience is I'm
Hamilton's a
only
lot of white people back then.
when it comes to the yellow vest, I'm only talking the Hamilton yellow vest. By the way, can you hear my cat
Yeah,
in the background? You can
yeah.
hear that?
It won't get us banned or anything.
He hasn't he's not normally like this. He's a year and a half old, 2 years old, and for some reason today, and he just wants to meow all day. And I don't know.
You know what? Wrong. He's in heat. He's in heat. Our dog's doing the same thing.
Oh,
Panting. When I took her out, she goes pee 20 times.
spraying.
Gosh, she's spraying.
No,
They're
he came over. Remember, I needed tech support. He came over to my neighbors, and he
yeah.
fucking pissed on his fucking
Oh shit. Yeah, no,
on
that's
his
just.
dresser, and I'm
Oh,
like,
it wasn't.
no.
It wasn't piss.
So
He
now
was.
I can't let my cat go to come visit my neighbor because he marked the
Yeah, no. Put him
territory.
in the cage like that,
I
or
don't
when
have a
you.
cage.
Okay, well,
He's just
whatever. Leave him in the
walked
apartment.
in here with me, but
Yeah,
shut
well,
up.
leave him in the apartment.
Yeah, sorry. Anyways, to anyone,
Anyway,
I'm
he's in
sorry.
heat. So if you get him
I got
fixed, we'll cut a lot of that down.
it's gonna kill the stream. No, it's just he's never all day. He's
Yeah,
been attacking the other cat. He's been spraying,
yeah,
and as you can tell in the back of the stream, he just won't shut up.
yeah. No, he's in heat. They get like that. They need to
I'm
get
gonna
laid.
have to put, I'm gonna have to put you down. Um, actually, yeah. Or that's the other problem is he has access to
You
female
can't put me down. I live too far away. You couldn't even afford to get here.
cats. Okay, I went. I thought you were going off topic. So, but can we
Like I said, your
conclude?
message has never come across as white supremacist.
Okay, could we conclude on Second Sons? Because I really want to move forward
Yeah,
to.
you can. Yeah, I don't know much about freedom, but you'll have to talk about them.
Well, I didn't know anything about. Well, I didn't. I know more than I thought I knew.
Okay,
Uh,
well,
the
then
last
you
thing on Second Sons, though, that I don't know, and you can tell me this:
okay.
are they the ones that wear balaclavas?
No, the masks. They wear masks.
That is Second Sons.
That's Second
Because
Son.
there's one where they're all wearing masks, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna like. Why would I support
To
you?
wear a mask nowadays, you'll get your
Okay, so that is Second Sons.
that's Second Son.
So if we can manage to get any Second Sons to watch this, like to actually watch this live stream, I want to talk to you directly. You think that you're stopping the spread of a virus, but you're really not. The government never said at any time, even during the strictest of mandates, that you should cover your face in an outdoor setting. You may think it's normal. It's not. New normal is not normal. Take off that mask.
Did you tell Antifa the same thing?
I've been saying that since
Yeah, I
1917.
know. And
But
have they
I want
some?
to think that I could hold the Second Sons to a higher standard than Antifa.
There are some of them who don't wear masks. Jeremy didn't wear his mask. There's a couple other guys that did the video that I'm putting in the stream that they did at the CBC front door, and you'll see I think 3 or 4 of them that didn't wear a mask. So look, it's not all of them. Jeremy's in the group. And yes, I know he's definitely pro-white, but he doesn't.
No, I think he's funny. You're talking Jeremy McKenzie?
Yes.
Oh, I think he's funny. I would if he came to Hamilton and
I'm just saying he's him and Derek have been known to be more pro-European than anyone else, but I wouldn't ever call them. I've never seen anything racist from them. They talk about Canada and trying to save this country, and I don't mean I never heard them say, well, only for white people though. So, you know what I mean? Like the Jeremy's an open, unmasked part of Second Son. So he was that day. He did the speech right in front of CBC. I got the video. It was actually a very good speech. And it followed a speech that I saw of his on his personal page to all the cops. You should see that. That's about an 8-minute video. That was really wow. He put a lot of emotion into that video, more than I've ever seen him do.
Who?
Jeremy
Mackenzie?
McKenzie. Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Again, I'm more of a
I
I like Greg
I'll add
Weigel,
that video as well to this video. But
but
anyway, well, just
um,
so
yeah.
people.
Okay, speaking of video, I got permission, or I asked him by permission. I was watching a live stream by Derek Newen. Does that name ring a bell?
Who?
Derek Newen.
No.
No, he does a lot of like Derek Story used to do, like or I used to do. You just go from rally to rally, and right, kind of like Kareem Assad without the huzzah. So, anyways, yeah, I'm going to send you a clip from his video at the Canada First rally.
Okay.
I'm also going to send you, which, yeah, the video is basically uh, the amount of police that were required for the rally. I'll send you through a link of the anti fashion dancers. And if you ever come to Hamilton, look me up. Anti fashion, get it? Anti fashion
Yeah.
dancers, and they danced as in protest of Canada
I know.
First.
I know.
You're
Oh
familiar
no,
with that?
I've seen one of their other skits from the States
No, there
about
it was just
shooting about the
private.
shooting of Renee Good and that other idiot, Freddie or whatever. So they did
I'm
this
talking
like
about a
weird
group of dancers. What are you talking about?
a group of Antifa dancers
Okay. In
who in
Canada.
protest were dancing and doing this whole remake of the both shootings
Oh,
in an art
okay.
form.
If you
Yeah, it was
have the
really weird.
video, I want to see that video.
I don't.
But I
I'll
think
try
this
and
is a
find it.
local. I think this is a local group that basically in the group they're like, why don't we? You remember how even the counter protesters to the yellow vests, right? Like there were people. Uh, your friend and mine. What was her name? Uh, Stephanie. I want to say Stephanie, the unicorn.
You know. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, you do remember,
yeah.
right? Like she wasn't there showing up with a baseball bat. Let's get
No,
the yellow vests, right?
no,
She
no.
was
That,
just there to
yeah,
support her community and dance.
yeah. That was funny.
So well, and I thought it was cute
Yeah.
because I am on some of the I'll say left wing protester or Facebook
Well,
groups.
you always took a neutral stance, right?
Well, yes and no, but yeah, I'd like to think so.
Well, not with
But
your personal views. I don't. But I'm just saying, as when you're out reporting them for your channel, you're always kind of in the
trying to make
middle.
friends.
You try and make friends on both sides. You
Yeah,
can't
and I would
neutral.
like to think that I did make friends in Antifa,
You probably did. I
right?
know
Like
some of them
I'm
didn't like you, but
well, Stephanie, for instance. Stephanie, I talked to Stephanie. If I saw Stephanie in the street, it's been a while, but yeah, when I would see Stephanie on the street, we would always start conversations.
yeah, well,
I had a commie friend. It's just at the Yellow Vest rallies, they couldn't acknowledge that they knew me.
yeah.
But I was just there because I was there so much, right? It's just everybody knew me and
You were a
they get
fixed.
used to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't even fun to yell at me I'm a Nazi anymore. Like
Well,
so yeah, after a while, people backed off and yeah, I made friends. I would even say Sean Dowling. Remember him?
roughly.
He's the guy that punched no, he showed up and he accused Justin of horrible things and then punched a guy in the face. I'm surprised you don't remember Sean. He
Well,
was
I remember Justin throwing some guy to the ground and his mom kicking him in the face. I remember that.
no, that was the
Well, I
school
wasn't
teacher.
there for that, but I remember that.
I was there for that. I was dancing, which
Oh, were you?
segues back into yes, I just put on some music and started dancing right in the middle of it all
No,
because
but
why
I
not?
do remember Antifa caused trouble more than a few times, taking cheap shots. And like then there was that whole happening down at the back and behind with the hell was it? Apparently, it said it was Yellow Vesters versus Antifa, but it wasn't. It was
You don't mean
remember
the Gage
Rick,
Park, the Pride Festival.
Rick and Derek were down there with their cameras.
You are talking about the Pride Festival. And
Pride
Derek should have taken his yellow vest off. He
Yeah,
absolutely should have.
yeah.
And he was not part of the violence.
No, and there was
And
a couple of yellow vests standing around watching, but they weren't involved at all. because they were girls. I know I did an interview with them, but they were just standing there. They had proof they were standing there.
I was accused of a part of that violence. I wasn't even there for that.
I wasn't there either, but I remember what they called him, helmet guy or whatever. He
Canadian Padman.
Face, yeah, yeah, you nailed that guy right in the face.
That was that's we're going way off topic here.
I know that was
no, hold on, no, but part of it is comparable because the thing was what we went through the yellow vests are what, and I'm trying to segue here to Canada.
Canada first is coming through. Yeah.
I'm watching him go through the exact. He's making Joe Ajar is the guy's name.
Okay, I know that.
And he is making the exact same mistakes. Like he's just walking into a wall.
Yeah.
And he doesn't see it. And after what we like, that's kind of why I'd like to talk about the yellow vests, is because we went through it. We know how the game is played, and we know that Joe is going to fail the Canada First movement. Again, I know I'm pivoting from Second Sons, but the messaging he needs to, if for some reason I could get into a conversation with Joe, it's straight up, your next rally has to be against immigration corruption, full stop, right? The term mass immigration, which is what his rally.
All Canadians, not.
I beg your pardon?
But it has to be on behalf of all Canadians.
We want the second part.
People out.
He's not representing all Canadians. He's representing a largely white Canada, right? I don't see a lot of immigrants in there. It's not that they aren't there, and a lot of them are there just because
you're saying the word Canadians. You're saying you're admitting it's all colors because Canadians are all of them.
I'm saying we need more Jamaicans. We do. We at these rallies, at these protests. You need
you need more people of color.
And over and above all that,
pawns. You know, I want to use them as tokens or pawns. I mean, you want
Jamaicans generally love Canada.
I've part of it, right? Not to just show their face and say, "See, we have black people here." That's not what Yellow Vest did.
You can call
me asked me to join. I asked them to join. I was just going to do it, and I found out there was people here doing it already, so I joined them. But I was going to do it just by myself because I didn't think there was anyone in town who did it. My sign, and I was going to City Hall and was going to do it by myself. But there was people there, so we all all four of us hooked up, and yeah, it was, But like I said, some people in some towns were just by themselves or with a friend or whatever. But like it wasn't as big a movement as they have now, because I think people are a lot more fed up now because they wouldn't listen to us when we tried to warn them what was coming. And we didn't want to do it in a negative way. We did it in a way like, look, this is illegal migration. These people can come in here, do whatever they want, take whatever they want, and walk back to their country that has borders, that you can't just go chase them because you now got to deal with their borders. And a lot of these countries are non-extradition countries. So that's the kind of shit we didn't want going on. We didn't want any illegal migrants here. We were fine with immigration, but immigration is monitored. We want to know who the person is, what their health history is, what their work history is, what their crime, what their criminal record is. All of that stuff needs to be checked, but they're not checking anybody for anything. We've had Black Plague walk over our fucking borders. We've had rapists and child molesters and everything, and they're coming in now from the States to get away from ICE. So now we're going to have all them here raping our kids and raping our women and shit. No, we don't want. We tried warning you all of this, and we got called racist for it. We weren't talking about anyone who was here. And believe me, we do have people of all colors, including whites, who are doing the same crimes that are from here.
Again, are you preaching?
So we don't need all that extra on top. I'm just saying. Illegal migration, these motherfuckers are paid to come here.
It greatly sucks. Illegal
immigration
has to stop in this
great nation. It's not immigration.
Immigration, the corruption that's in our immigration system has to go.
Migration is to come and take.
The government is not acting in the will of the people.
No, they're not. They're bringing in new voters because they're getting rid of us.
So what do we do about it?
We fight back, but we're not allowed to.
How are we fighting back? And how are we fighting back?
Apparently, we're not allowed to because we got called
We're
racist.
taken to the streets in the
Exactly.
Canada First movement.
They laugh at us. Trust me.
Now, the Canada First movement, they had their rally yesterday. I I've sent you the video, so
Okay.
hopefully you can edit it in, making this
Yep.
stream is going to go forever. If you can handle the big files. Um, that having been said, there's a heavy police presence there, and the Canada First rally has to change the way they do things because they are perceiving themselves as a white supremacist rally. I'm also sending you this picture. Let's pretend there's a picture on the screen. Sorry about that. I'm new to this. Um, what I responded to, there was literally a rally against white nationalism. That was the counter protest. The route their route protest poster invited you to come down and fight white nationalism. That was the Antifa counter protesters. We're there to fight white nationalism. And Joe's message is not white nationalism. It's just that, sorry, Joe is the organizer for the Canada First movement.
Yeah.
Where Joe, like, again, it's not, I don't think he's stupid. I certainly don't think he's controlled opposition. Like, I don't think he's stupid. He lacks the experience. He's
Yeah.
not the right man for the job.
Well, he should have someone guiding him or helping him.
In my opinion, Omari Taylor should just fucking run the whole thing. Pardon my language. Oh my goodness. That was the first swear, I think, in this whole video.
Oh, I swore already a few times.
I don't think he did.
No.
I'll have to rewatch it. But sorry, my curse word threw me off. Joe is not a bad guy. It's just he doesn't seem to understand the messaging. If they put Omari Taylor, not only is he calmer, like he's just more photogenic.
Yeah.
He's black.
Yeah.
And it makes it a lot harder to call it a white nationalist. I know I'm all, hey, DE hire the black guy. But realistically,
yeah, he would probably feel like a token though if that's how it was come across.
He's more respected than Joe, in my opinion. I don't know Joe.
Yeah.
Like I've never met Joe. Like I said, I was going to go to Toronto yesterday. I just couldn't get my truck on the road. Like I said, that one of the Antifa people, they had a dance troupe, and they advertised this white nationalist rally, but they also the Antifa. I'll send you the video. Here's the video of anti-fashion, and they just dancing. And I'm sure when you watch it, you'll be saying, "Okay, I can see why Keck would want to be part of that," because I love to dance. I love to dance. For those who are watching, I'm probably the only person that ever got Elle to dance. Am I lying?
No, you and Rebecca.
Oh, I did need Rebecca's help, but we did get you to dance. If you want, I can send you that video as well.
I have that video. I posted it.
So I thought it was cute that like I would like to go back and deal with the Antifa people, but realistically, Joe's got to get his shit straight, and I'm thinking I may even just have wait till his next rally and have a rival rally in Hamilton, and then they can make their choice. They can go hang with the white nationalists.
Why don't you talk to him first and see if you can get him?
Maybe that's what I'm saying. But
message.
If I can't get him to convince his messaging, I'll just rally against him, and then people will have the option. And then him and Antifa can play with each other in Toronto, and people that are concerned about immigration corruption can come to Hamilton.
Yeah. Because it's not about white nationalism. It's about Canadian.
Immigration corruption. Full stop. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Right? You can say mass immigration is part of the corruption. Like there are a whole bunch of things you could babble on about truck drivers and everything. The bottom line is it's corruption. And a liberal can take a term like mass immigration, and that's suddenly a numbers game. And there's no number that matches, and it's just a perpetual state of you're racist. If you make your rally a very clear messaging, I'm going to say it one more time. You wish only one more time. Immigration corruption. That's what the rally needs to be. That's what it needs to say on the poster. And if Joe doesn't do it in Toronto, screw it. I'm live streaming and full of it. But I've been thinking this for a long time, and I will try to talk to Joe. But if he can't get his messaging straight, I'll just have a rally in the same day in Hamilton, and people can make up their mind whether they want to go play with Antifa in Toronto or come to Hamilton and try to wake the public up.
Yeah. Or that, yeah. But so yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know a lot about the Freedom Canada First movement. I haven't really followed it. I've seen some of their stuff on X. I just assumed it was like protests, right?
No, it is. It's a pro. He has every 3 months, and that's the other thing that really pissed me off about this Joe guy is February 21st, which is yesterday. If Canada was going to get behind anything yesterday, as a group, as a country, it was the fucking truckers. Where are the arrests? And I saw some energy being put towards it. I was thinking, okay, let's get Hamilton involved in a nationwide protest to make an arrest,
Yeah.
right, and stop fucking around. Instead, Joe comes along and he's like, well, I want to pull them, like he wants to divide everybody and have his next rally against, and I quote, mass immigration. He had to do it on the one day that truckers really should have been doing it, and he would have known full well he was stepping on toes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But what you need is the support of people to tell him, look, take your shit and go down the road with it, because this area here is about the trucks and about where's the arrests.
Well, no, what I'm saying, it never happened. There was no trucker protest. But
There,
like what I'm saying is
oh,
there
I see.
should have been,
Well, yeah,
right? I was like things were starting to rumble, and then as soon as Joe, like ahead of the curve, started advertising for his rally, meaning, okay, why start a trucker rally? I'll just be competing with Joe. And again, that's the problem with the Canada First rally is, uh, God forbid, like I go to Toronto and they're screaming freedom, right? You're
yeah,
literally what your goal is to, like, yes, you want uh, to preserve our freedoms at the hands of immigration, but
freedom.
don't scream freedom. You're literally looking to take away the freedom of others. You're literally looking to restrict freedom of movement.
Wow.
That's what we're talking here, right? We got to stop.
Yeah,
We
we
got
were
to.
talking about illegal people. So that
I'm not. It's
care about
justified in
I don't
violating
care
that
about
freedom.
restricting their
But
fucking.
I'm to say that I'm acting in the interest of freedom is rather naive. Again, it's his messaging with
Yeah,
the Canada First movement.
yeah.
It just like with the Second Sons. If they just cleaned up their messaging, if he got off his ass and got some, um, like there are native, again with the yellow vest, you listed everybody but the aboriginals. We had a strong native protest, presence in the
There
yellow
was
vest.
First Nations in the Yellow Vest too.
Like we didn't have Jamaicans, God knows why, but we did have the native
African.
flags. No, I'm saying we did have aboriginal representation in Hamilton.
Yeah.
uh Derek Story, uh
There's also
your
Dustin, isn't there? And then
Rick
Rebecca.
Boswick is a card carrying native.
Yeah.
No, the Yellow Vest had a strong native presence, whereas the
Of
Canada
course we
First
do. Of
movement
course we
does
do.
not.
We had a strong Canadian presence.
Right, and if you and the excuse that the Hamilton Freedom Rally made, or correction, the Toronto Freedom Rally, was they were so into Christianity that they pushed out the Muslims. Because in the beginning, the Toronto Freedom Rally, there were a lot of hijabs. Do you remember I went to Queens Park? We did a live stream right at the
Yeah,
beginning of the lockdowns.
yeah.
You watch that video, you'll see hijabs all over the place. The Muslims were there for us. But because it became such a Christian thing, the Muslims kind of got pushed out.
Yeah.
The reason I'm bringing that up is because the organizer was saying, well, what am I supposed to do? Go to mosques and try to find, Muslim speakers? Yes. Like if you see what you're up against with the CBC and the Rachel Gilmores and, you know, you can't fuck around with that. You need the Aboriginal community to support you. And I don't see him making any effort to get any speakers from First Nations, like in terms of speeches and stuff, right?
Huh.
I don't even see like people really immigrants like for speeches.
Yeah.
But if you don't have speakers in the interest of the Aboriginal community, how the I almost swore. If you don't, how the frick, are you supposed to get the native community to show up and support you?
Yeah. True.
You weren't expecting solutions. You just wanted to
Well,
bitch.
they're all a part of it. I mean, it's just a matter of these groups, like you said, their messages are a little, uh, I don't even say off or askew or anything, but they're just not defined enough. I still think the Dominion of Canada or Second Sons who are saying about Canadians is the best message because we all know Canadians are in all colors. So I've never heard them say anything other than that. So I have no reason to feel anything bad about their message at all.
Who
I
they?
actually find it
What?
pretty positive with it because it's
Whose
exactly how
message?
I feel.
Whose message?
Second Sons.
Oh, okay. You don't have a problem with their messaging.
Not right now. If I ever hear anything white power or
I
supremacist in it,
don't. I don't. I just don't see. I
I
don't
would
think.
walk. I would. I'm just saying, if I ever detected that, I'd walk in a heartbeat. But until that happens, I see them as a bunch of patriots who are standing up for Canada when a time when no one else will, because it's a country full of weak men, literally weak men, who are more worried about having 3 or 4 bars on their cell phone than they are protecting the country. We're more worried about what oppressed group gets this or that instead of worrying about everybody as a whole. There's just too much compartmentalizing with all of our nationalities. We are all Canadian, period. And I'm not saying the illegals. I'm saying those of us, who migrated here, whose families migrated here, and the First Nations, we are all Canadians. And that's who I stand for. When I'm talking Canadians, it's not white people. It's all people. And yes, even the scumbags who don't like other people, that's on them. That's not on me. But they are still Canadians, and I'm still fighting for their rights too. So, like I said, when I'm saying Canadians, I'm not saying any specific Canadians. I'm not just saying First Nations. I'm not just saying white people. I'm just saying everybody. And that's what everyone's message needs to be. And Second Sons, so far, their message is Canadians. So I haven't heard anything different. And I don't think anyone else will pick anything up out of the videos that I have any different. And the message is illegal migrants are causing major accidents. They're committing major crimes, drug labs, everything. And they're getting escape whenever they get caught. That to us is corruption. And then the media is helping to push all that over on the people. It's okay. No, it's not okay. And we're not okay with it. As Canadians, we have a problem with it. So either fix it or we will fix it. And I think that's the message from the Canadian people right now. And a lot of that's going through Second Sons because they have a lot of support right now. Even though they're being labeled, I think a lot of people can see through that. The message I'm seeing, and look, I personally know a couple of them, okay? I haven't said that up till now, but I do personally know a couple of them, and they've never been white supremacists. Canadians. It's about Canadians in Canada. It's not about my white Canadian people or my Italian Canadian people or whoever. Like that's not a message. The message is Canadians, all of us. We are all Canada. And when you get people that aren't from Canada, they're coming here and they're doing these things and or trying to take over and tell us what we can and can't do on our land. I'm sorry, there's going to be a problem. The States is going through that right now with the Muslims, and our time is next because they're already 25% of our population. People need to wake the fuck up. They literally have enough people right now to elect their own prime minister over all of our votes because all of them moved into the special seat areas that control the elections. Why do you think that fucking banker is in? Look, people just aren't seeing it, and it's not being racist to point it out. I'm being Canadian because my country is on the verge of being taken by people that I'm being scolded to bow down to. I'm sorry, I don't bow down to anybody. One, well, two, Jesus and God, and that's it. I bow to no one. And look, I think as long as I see the message is geared at Canada and Canadians, I'm fine with it. And I'm fine with what their messages are as far as Indian trucks kill Canucks, stuff like that. Like these are the messages they're trying to get across. And they probably should have said Sikh trucks kill Canucks, but because it's not specifically Indian people from India, it's Sikhs, and they were all chased here. The Palestinians were all chased here because they're like gang members back there. They had to go hide because they were hunting them down with the army and everything. So they're all here now, and now they want to create their own state in Alberta. A lot of shit going on in this country, and people are asleep to it. They're sleepwalking into it, and I'm not okay with that. If we're going to house everybody, then we have to house everybody the same, not treat other people better than other people. We all fall under the same fucking rules. I can't create my own state here, so why should they be able to? This is Canada. It's all of our fucking home. No, I have a problem with people who come here to take over, and they're not even Muslims. They don't get along with Muslims. They've been fighting with Muslims for thousands of years. If you look up what goes on in the Middle East, they are not buddies. So we got two factions of people coming here to take over. And a lot of Islam is Pakistanis and Middle Eastern, like all Iraq, Iran, all those people, but not all of them. I'm just saying, like, all those countries, right? Afghanistan, Syria, all those places send people here, and 90% are Islamic Muslim, hardcore, like Wahhabi. They are not just what they call moderate Muslims. I still don't think that's possible, but that's not the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about Wahhabis, like from Saudi Arabia, Wahhabis. They take over countries. They don't just go and assimilate. Trust me.
I don't have to. You don't have to convince me.
No,
I imagine anybody
I
listening.
tell people because they're sleepwalking into this, and
so they need to change their messaging
and protecting the enemy. And to me, that's a traitor when you're giving comfort to the enemy. Okay. So I see all of Antifa as traitors.
We're at a minute 13.
An hour and 13 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. Sorry. Can we wrap this up?
I guess, yeah.
Can you give me your I'll go first and then you can finish. How's that?
Sure.
Beautiful. I get to play with the full screen. Look at that. Okay. So in conclusion, I'm just going to restate this. I don't know. I can't speak on Second Son so much because I'm not as familiar. I do watch Greg Wycliffe's information or his videos. I support them. It's just I don't think his messaging was right. But in terms of the second, for the video that I've seen from Toronto, that the Rise Canada, or correction, the Canada First group is going to fail. They're just going to go right into a brick wall. I thought that the second rally, the last rally before this one, where Joe pivoted the march away from Antifa the way he did. I thought that was brilliant, and he does a lot of things as a leader. I do recognize that. I just don't think he's the man for the job, and you really need someone who's able to deal with the press and who's able to confront Antifa head on, because simply ignoring Antifa does not work. I hope that me and Elle have illustrated that to some degree. Simply thinking that you're going to outlast them is not going to happen. They're better funded than you. They're better organized, and they will always have more numbers as long as you give them the opportunity.
I agree. I've been dealing with them for a long, long time. I'm the tranny they love to hate, and let me tell you, they are very organized and very well paid and looked after as far as signs and the megaphones and all this stuff. That's not their stuff. That's all given to them. The gas masks, all the stuff they have, it's all given to them, paid for by NGOs and unions and George Soros through the gay associate. I mean, the Open Society. And so, I mean, look, but everyone knows they're paid protesters. Okay, what we are doing, well, what we did with the LLS, we paid to do it. Okay, I imagine Second Sons and them are all paying to do it because I don't see them being bussed around on George Soros buses or anything. So, it's not like organized and paid. So, yeah, Antifa are very well organized, but their message is always fucked up. So that's kind of what gives them away. But I don't know much about this Joe person or the first Canada First movement. I've seen some of their stuff. It hasn't really impressed me, like as far as to keep watching it or anything. Like when I seen Second Sons, their videos a lot more professional done, and a lot more. The message is a lot more oriented at what I'm looking at. So until that changes, I will support them. Like I said, I know a couple of them personally, and they've never come across as people like that. So, with that being said, I just want Canadians to know: look, if you're sitting here calling me any names right now because of what I've said, then you are sleepwalking to your own death and your own demise and your family and bloodline's demise. These people don't want us here. They want to come and take this land from us. The natives who are suing everybody think that they're taking the land for the natives. They're not. They're taking it for the UN. This is all organized crime. And there's a lot of people who signed agreements that didn't have the smarts to read what they were signing. And that is probably where the UN and the government are going to win. So unless America gets great again and takes over and makes us a 51st state, we're about to be screwed really bad. Mark Carney is not here to fix anything. Mark Carney is here to finish us off. And you'll notice everything he's done has died. Every sports team he's went to visit lost. Not good. Anyway, look, Canadians you're sleepwalking. You need to wake the hell up.
Wake up.
Wakey, wakey.
Okay.
Freedom is the word.
And hit the like button. And leave a comment.
And leave a comment, freedom.
Yeah, I will do that. I'll also leave a comment with a link to my Rumble channel if this is going on Ellie's channel. I invite you to do the same when I put this up on my YouTube account or my Rumble or my BitChute.
I'll give my links to you.
Okay. I'm going to end the stream.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Oh, I'm ending the stream. You'll still be backstage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.